So now that Congressman Todd Akin missed the deadline and won't bow out should the GOP kiss its chance of winning the Missouri Senate seat goodbye. Former Alaska Governor Sarah Palin backed Akin's Republican primary opponent, Sarah Steelman. Governor Palin joins us. Good evening, Governor, and I think it's only fair to take a few seconds and to gloat a little bit. You chose the candidate the Republican Party didn't vote in Missouri, and now all the leaders in the country, Republican leaders, are trying to get Akin to go. So I think they probably love your choice.
Well, I won't gloat about it, but I was right, and Sarah Stillman's supporters and campaign staff, we were all right in knowing that Sarah Stillman is the right person for the job to represent Missouri and to allow common sense conservatives to take back the Senate so that we can halt what it is that Barack Obama has done to this country. Sarah Stillman was the right person. I supported her then, and I'm going to continue to support her.
Well, it looks like Senator Claire McCaskill ought to be sending a fruit basket tonight to Congressman Akin, because he certainly has, he has certainly jeopardized the chances for Republicans to take that seat. And Senator Claire McCaskill really was on the ropes, but now, boy, things have turned around, haven't they?
Well, see, that's the point, Greta. Claire McCaskill and the Democrats thought that they were so clever in fighting so hard to get Akin on the ballot as the winner in the GOP primary. And, many of us who recognize that cleverness, that craftiness from the left, because we're kind of getting used to the games that they play, wanted to do something about it. And Sarah Stillman and her motto in her campaign being the status quo has got to go was absolutely right on in saying, we need somebody who has a strong record of reform, of fighting crony capitalism, of fighting the good old boy network, of fighting ignorance in the Senate, and Sarah Stillman was going to be that person. Now we do have opportunity, even though Todd Akin has said that he's not going to drop out, and bless his heart, I don't want to pile on Todd Akin, because in some respects I understand what he's trying to say here in standing on principle that he doesn't want to be perceived as a quitter, but you got to know when to hold him and know when to fold him. Believe me, I've walked it before. I know when you have to hold that mantle and then hand it to someone else in order to progress a positive agenda. That's what I had to do in Alaska. In order to take back the Senate and promote the ideas and policies of respecting and protecting the sanctity of human life and respecting the idea and policies that would perpetuate a strong economy based on empowering hardworking individuals instead of growing dysfunctional, indebted government, we've got to take back the Senate, and Missouri is a must-win state. The way we do that is to have someone like Sarah Stillman be able to run, even if it's as a third-party candidate, to be able to run and help us take this back.
Well, are you urging her to run as a third party? Because look at this guy, saying, frankly, I have yet to figure out what, quote, legitimate rape is. And he's also quoted as saying, from what I understand from doctors, getting pregnant from a legitimate rape is rare. The guy's, look, this is flat out weird. There's just no way to describe it.
Greta,
flat out weird.
Close that chapter, though, of what he said and what he meant and how we will try to explain what he meant. Close that, and now just deal with the pragmatism in front of us, these decisions that have to be made on when the deck is stacked against you, when your funding has been pulled, when all the bigwigs, not just in the establishment, but those hardcore supporters have pulled their support from you as the GOP primary winner in Todd Akin, when that support is gone, that would be needed in order to beat Claire McCaskill and help take back the Senate. When it's gone, that's when you have to use discernment and know when to fold them.
So I'm clear. Are you suggesting he get out, or are you suggesting the Republican Party still back him?
No, I'm suggesting that he get out. He should have reached that deadline today, I believe, personally, and gotten out of the race. But because he did not do that, Greta, then we have to figure out, okay, well, what is next? Again, without trying to pile on Todd Akin and what he's going through right now, maybe it is a third-party run of Sarah Stillman's that I could get behind. And granted, the status quo has got to go would be an odd name for a third party, but we'll coin it, we'll adopt it, we'll run with it if that's what it takes in order order to get a common sense constitutional, happens to be pro-life woman in Missouri to clean up this mess that now has been created, and at the same time take back the Senate, which means we get to take back the country and put government back on the side of the people.
You know, it's interesting. I don't think they're piling on him because, you know, it's not like it's a gaffe, like he said the wrong word or something. I mean, he says it from what he understands from doctors. So he was, you know, like, I don't know if he make it up because no doctor is coming out and saying it. So this is a little bit more than a gaffe. And what he has done to the Republican Party is not only is he going to risk the chance of the Republican Party gaining the Senate by winning Missouri, but he's also done one of the worst things you can do in politics is by handing your opponent ammunition. And as the Democrats have been talking about a war on women, well, now he has handed them so much ammunition on this by his bizarre statements.
That's what I mean by the cards stacked against you, good, bad, or ugly. That's what he is facing, is this is not going in his favor. So you have to step aside from self, from your self-desire to get in there and serve and do what you believe is right. And you have to, in a sense, take one for the team. And you have to step aside, hand that mantle to someone else.
But he's not going to.
Because he has until September 25th to do it. But, okay, if he doesn't do it, then it's going to be third party then. We'll do whatever we can to not quash this opportunity that we have to take Missouri for the good of the country and for the good of every citizen of Missouri, to take it back, put government back on the side of the people. The only way we do that is to have a conservative win in Missouri to defeat Claire McCaskill, who is highly unpopular. Look at the polls. She's still behind Todd Aiken today, barely. But even despite all this chaos that's going out, that's indication of how unpopular she is. It's doable. It's winnable. Missouri is. And that leads to winning the Senate. That leads to reversing a lot of the things that Obama and Biden have done to put our children and grandchildren in the chains of dependency, to shackle our kids and grandkids in the debt that they have continued to perpetuate, Greta.
Have you made a call to Sarah Steelman, or do you intend to, or do you have any advice for her tonight?
No, because here's the deal. I also know my mission that I am on is to help and not to hurt. And that maybe Todd Aiken needs to learn a little lesson from me. You need to know when to step back and wait to be invited to participate and not invite yourself to the party. What he's doing right now, Greta, bless his heart, he's inviting himself back in to this general election that's coming up, and he's going to get defeated, and that's unfortunate. That is why we have to think pragmatically about this, and we have to think, well, what's another option? Is a third party another option? If it is, let's go. The status quo has got to go. Let's do what we can to get there.
Governor, thank you. Always nice to talk to you. Thank you, Governor.
Thank you.